Good morning, students. In the last class, we had discussed about the achievements of Raja I and his son Rajendra I. In that, we have seen that they had sent their army for the expedition to the Sri Lanka. Rajendra I has sent this army to capture Bengal area and Odisha. That is why he got the title of Gangaikoda, and he has made his capital Gangaikoda Cholapuram. After that, I will give you a quick recapitulation of the dynasty of Chola kingdom. First, it was established by Vijayala, then his son Aditya I, then Parantaka I, and they had established the Chola kingdom after defeating Chalukyas, Pallavas and Pandyas. Parantakas won. After that we have Raja I, and the Rajas won Rajendra I. Mainly in the Chola kingdom, these two were the main rulers who had given the prestigious position to this kingdom and extended their empire. Then Raja I and Rajendra I, about these two rulers, I had given you their achievements, which all territories they had captured. That also I have told you in the last class. I will send you the notes. You will have to write down that notes in your copy. After that, Rajendra I, Rajadhiraja I became the king. After Rajadhiraja I was killed in a battle, then his brother, yani the son of Rajendra I only, his brother Rajendra II became the ruler. He also died. Later on, his brother Veer Rajendra became the ruler. And Veer Rajendra's son Kulotunga, he was again a capable ruler, but he cannot maintain the unity and integrity of his empire, and slowly and gradually, because of the continuous revolt, this Chola kingdom ended up. Now we will discuss about the administration of the Cholas. In the administration, the king, he was holding the central position. The king was holding the central position, and he was the head of the central administration. Okay? As I have told you, in Gupta Empire also, if we consider the whole of the empire, the head of that empire is the king, who had a group of the ministers for each department, yani ki agriculture, foreign affairs. So these all departments were there in the control of the ministers, and king himself appoint those ministers. Obviously, they were the loyal people of the kingdom. They also advised the king in the different administrative affairs also. Many offices were hereditary. Like if he has appointed the ruler, if he has appointed a minister, his son again became a minister. Mostly they were the people who were the loyal from generations after generations to the Chola kingdom. That is why many offices were hereditary. Every time it is not changed with the change of the king. Then comes the provinces. So provinces, when the central administration is divided into smaller parts, it is called provinces. Like in present day we have the states. These provinces were also called the mandalams. It was under the control of the viceroys, who were mainly the people of the royal blood, as we have seen in the other parts also, in the other kingdoms also. Then there were the territories of those rulers also who paid tributes to the Chola king for the protection. Other than these provinces, some areas were also there who were controlled by the king, but it was not annexed completely by the king, and the rulers of that particular area were allowed to hold the you can say administration, but they pay the tribute to the king at a fixed rate, at a fixed amount. So other than these provinces, some independent territories, territories were also there who paid tributes. Tribute means the goods or the money to the Chola king in return to the protection that the Chola kings they provide to them. Then these mandalams were further divided into kottams. Kottams means the divisions. These kottams were called the divisions, which was meant for the sake of the administration. Then the districts were there, which were called as nadus. And then after nadus, a group of villages were called kurram, and the one village is called the gramam. I'll show you. After this kottams, the kottams were further divided into nadus. Nadus means the district, and then these nadus were divided into kurram. Kurram means the group of village, and this group of village is further divided into graman, which was the village. Agar if we will see from bottom to top, so what we will see that the village is called the graman, smallest unit of administration. फिर कुछ village मिला करके kurram, then few villages का group मिला करके district, और few district का group मिला करके कोट्टम्स, और few कोट्टम्स का group मिला करके मंडलम, और कुछ मंडलम को मिला करके सेंट्रल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. तो इस तरीके का एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन था. नाउ हियर इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू नोट दैट all these territories division had their representatives, like ग्रामन का एक representative होता था, कुर्रम्स का होता था, नाडूस का होता था. So these territories have the representative assemblies which comprised of the notable person and those representing economic and the vocational groupings. यानी कि जो इसका एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन था, जैसे ग्रामन का एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन था, कुर्रम का एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन था, इट वाज लेड बाय द ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल. ठीक है. देन ऑल दिस मतलब ग्रामन का एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन बाय सर्टेन असेंबलीज, देन कुर्रम्स का एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन बाय सर्टेन असेंबलीज. इस तरीके से हर लेवल पे सम असेंबलीज वर मेड विच कंटेन्स द नोटेबल पर्सनस ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर एरिया टू रन द एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. देन कम्स द विलेज एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. अब आप कहोगे कि विलेज एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन वाई आई एम टेलिंग इन डिटेल, वाई नॉट द कुट्टम्स एडमिनिस्ट्रेशंस और मंडलम्स और नॉट, क्योंकि विलेज एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन वॉज द रिमार्केबल फीचर ऑफ द चोला किंगडम. ठीक है. विलेज लेवल पे जो उनका एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन था वो एक आज के प्रेजेंट डे के ग्राम पंचायत की तरह था. ये उनका सबसे रिमार्केबल फीचर था जिससे कि वो विलेज लेवल तक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को मजबूत कर सकते थे. The most remarkable feature of the Chola administration was the exceptional efficiency of the village institutions. अब हमेशा in any of the kingdom, what is the remarkable feature of that kingdom? It is always important and this may come in your board paper also, क्योंकि ये उनकी खास बात थी. बाकी जो चीज़ें जनरलाइज हैं वो जनरली नहीं पूछी जाती हैं, लेकिन जो चीज़ खास बात है वो हमेशा पूछी जाती है. तो आप हमेशा ध्यान रखना चोला एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में विलेज एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन जो उनका एक रिमार्केबल फीचर था. अब जैसे विलेज एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में क्या चीज़ें थी, दैट इज़ द विलेज एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन गिव जस्टिस विद इन द विलेज एक्सेप्ट द केसेस इन्वॉल्विंग द सीरियस क्राइम्स. यानी कि विलेज एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन जिन लोगों के हाथ में था वो जस्टिस दे सकते थे हर तरीके के केसेस में, एक्सेप्ट अगर कोई बहुत सीवियर क्रिमिनल केस अगर हो तो उसको छोड़ करके बाकी लैंड रिलेटेड डिस्प्यूट और यू कैन से property dispute या any theft, assault, such cases can be resolved by the gram sabha. ठीक है. the members, the you can say representatives of gramam, except the serious crimes. अगर कोई serious crime हो जाता तो obviously ये further आगे send किया जाता था. they regulated water supply in the village, they gathered the taxes of the village, they and administers all the charitable institutions such as temples, schools, etc. Accounts were also maintained. Accounts मतलब how many people they have given the taxes, how much taxes is collected, इसका properly meticulous account was also maintained. विलेज कमेटी लुक आफ्टर द टैंक, गार्डन, टेम्पल, जस्टिस एंड जनरल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. तो ग्राम सभा जो थी या विलेज एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन जो था, दे हैव टू परफॉर्म द फॉलोइंग फंक्शंस. नाउ द सोर्सेज ऑफ द रेवेन्यू एंड द एक्सपेंडिचर. कितना लैंड रेवेन्यू आता था, कहाँ से आता था? तो मेन सोर्स ऑफ द इनकम ऑफ द किंगडम वॉज द रेवेन्यू विच वॉज फिक्स्ड, दैट इज 1/6 ऑफ द टोटल प्रोड्यूस. यानी कि एवरी फार्मर हैव टू पे द produce, that is 1/6 of the every farmer have to give the tax or the revenue which is 1/6 of the total production. ठीक है बेटा. एंड एक्सपेंडिचर क्या था, खर्चा कहाँ कहाँ करता था राजा? अदर सोर्सेज ऑफ इनकम वर द टैक्सेस ऑन द ट्रेड. जो ट्रेड पे टैक्स लगाते थे, माइंस से उनको इनकम होती थी, हैंडलूम से इनकम होती थी, वाटर कोर्सेज से उनको इनकम होती थी, एंड ड्यूटीज़ इम्पोर्ट्स ऑन द इम्पोर्टेड गुड्स. जो बाहर से सामान आता था उस पर ड्यूटी वो इम्पोज करते थे. दीज आर द अदर सोर्सेज ऑफ इनकम ऑफ द किंगडम. द मेन आइटम ऑफ द एक्सपेंडिचर वर, मतलब कहाँ, अभी तो हमने सोर्सेज ऑफ इनकम देख लिया. देन वेयर द किंग यूजेज दैट मनी. द मेन आइटम ऑफ एक्सपेंडिचर वर द मेंटेनेंस ऑफ रॉयल फैमिली, द आर्म फोर्सेज, the construction of the towns, temple, road, tanks and irrigation system. रोड बनवाना, टैंक्स बनवाना, टेम्पल बनवाना, टाउन्स का कंस्ट्रक्शन कराना, आर्मी को मेंटेन करना, रॉयल फैमिली को मेंटेन करना, इरिगेशन सिस्टम डेवलप करना, ये सारा जो था उनका एक्सपेंडिचर था जहाँ राजा खर्च करता था. अभी मैंने जो ऊपर बताया, दीज आर द सोर्सेज ऑफ द इनकम, दैट इज दे गेट द इनकम फ्रॉम द agricultural produce, from their trade, taxes, mines, handlooms, water courses and the other sources, and expenditure उनका ये था. Then we will come about the army and the navy. The Chola rulers maintained a large, well-trained army and an effective naval force. यहाँ पर naval force is important to mention क्योंकि जो उन्होंने जावा, सुमात्रा, श्रीलंका पे अपना कब्जा किया था, it was only because of the effective naval force. And since it is situated, the kingdom is situated in the peninsular India, so they had a long coastline to protect that and to send the, you can say, to capture the areas. They have to maintain the strong naval force, and the soldiers lived in the cantonment called the kadgams, which was situated in the different parts of the empire. जैसे आज हमारे यहाँ मिलिट्री कैंटोनमेंट्स होते हैं, एरियाज होते हैं, ऐसे ही the soldiers had to live in the cantonment which is called the kadgams, situated in the different parts of the empire. ठीक है बेटा. Now only the Brideshwara temples detail is left. Temple, the most important temple, the most remarkable feature of this empire is the Vimanas. ठीक है बेटा. देखो विमानास, जो मैंने आपको शिखर बताया था इन द गुप्ता एम्पायर, ऐसे ही जो ये आपका चोला किंगडम में वॉट एवर टेम्पल्स वर मेड, दे हैड द रिमार्केबल फीचर ऑफ द टेम्पल्स मेड बाय द चोला एम्पायर इज देयर ह्यूज विमान्स. विमान्स का मतलब अभी मैं आपको दिखाती भी हूँ. ये जो चीज़ आपको दिख रही है, दिस पार्ट, ये होता है विमान. लंबा, इसको खूब ऊंचा बनाया जाता था. ठीक है. देन वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट द बृहदेश्वरा टेम्पल वन बाय वन. इट इज़ देयर इन योर सिलेबस, सो यू विल हैव टू लर्न इट प्रॉपरली. ओके. ये देखो, बृहदेश्वरा टेम्पल इज सिचुएटेड इन द तंजावुर. It has the highest achievement in the temple building tradition. Beside the features already mentioned, reference can be made of the following characteristic. We have already discussed, that's why it is written here. देखो, सबसे पहले from here only you can learn. The temple consists of Nandi Mandapa, a pillared portico and an assembly hall, all interconnected. मंडप मतलब जो ये मेन जो एरिया होता था मंदिर के अंदर, एंड अ ह्यूज असेंबली हॉल विच इज़ मेंट फॉर परफॉर्मिंग द रिलीजियस रिचुअल्स. उसके बाद महामंडपा वॉज ओरिजिनली 3 स्टोरीड. द टॉप स्टोरी वॉज एन ओपन टेरेस विद अ रो ऑफ नंदीज प्लेस्ड इन द टॉप ऑफ द वॉल्स. ये देखो, अंदर 3 स्टोरीज होते थे. ठीक है बेटा. द एंट्रेंसेस पे ऑल्सो फ्लैंक द द्वारपालास, बड़े बड़े द्वारपाल की मूर्तियाँ बनाई जाती थी. द न्यूमरस संस्कृत एंड द तमिल इंस्क्रिप्शन ऑन इट आर इन फाइन कैलीग्राफी. पूरे मंदिर की दीवारों पे अंदर द कंटेंट, द यू कैन से द स्टोरीज ऑफ द डिफरेंट गॉड एंड गॉडेसेस वर रिटन इन संस्कृत एंड द तमिल लैंग्वेज. वेरियस रिलीजियस लिटरेचर is written on the wall of the temple and at many places, especially in the Sanskrit and Tamil language. Another imposing structure in the temple is the Amman temple housing, that is Brihanki, the consort of the Brideshwara. Consort मतलब wife. तो यहीं पर इनकी एक दूसरी मूर्ति भी बनी है जो कि अम्मन टेम्पल कहा जाता है, ब्रिहांकी, जिनको कि बृहदेश्वरा मंदिर में जो इट इज़ डेडिकेटेड टू लॉर्ड शिवा. तो उनकी कंसॉर्ट, उनकी वाइफ के मंदिर के तौर पर ब्रिहंकी मंदिर इज ऑल्सो सिचुएटेड ओवर देयर. ठीक है. उसके बाद द आफ्टर दिस तंजावुर बृहदेश्वरा टेम्पल एट तंजावुर, Tanjavur is dedicated, another elegant temple at Tanjavur is dedicated to Lord Subramanyam. King Rajendra I also erected a splendid temple at his new capital Gangaikota, Cholaguru. So these are the extra examples ki many temples they have made. A special mention in your book is Vrideshwara temple, but other than that many other temples were also erected by the kings of the Chola kingdom. The Chola period is also noted for its metal and stone images. Metal और stone images के लिए भी फेमस है. जो फेमस नटराज की जो मूर्ति है, जो आप देखते होगे अभी आपकी बुक में, देखो सब लास्ट पेज पे बना होगा नटराज की मूर्ति. दिस इज मैचलेस. इट डिस्प्लेज अ वंडरफुल विगर एंड दी ग्रेस. दैट नटराज टेम्पल विच इज़ वेरी कॉमन, विच यू कैन सी इन एनी नाट्य अकेडमी, वी हैव टेकन इट फ्रॉम द Chola kingdom only. So many stone and the metal images is also popular in the Chola kingdom. So this we have completed, beta. Now your homework for today is, you will have, I will send notes in the group. What you will have to do, you will have to write those notes in your copy. That will help you to understand this chapter clearly. Read chapter at least 2 times and then do the structured question. ठीक है. In the next class I will expect that you will not only do the question answer of the structured question only. Very few are there, very few are there. Four is there hardly, with 2-3 parts. That is also very short. और जो normal question answer is there in your book, exercises जो हैं बेटा, that you can do in the book itself, because it is only 1 word or 2 word. तो आप उसको बुक में ही करोगे, and in the copy you will have to do the structured question along with the notes that I will send you today. Okay, thank you बेटा.